Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we are returning to Master of Command, where I do hope that this time I'm gonna surface a little bit better as a general. Last time was a bit of a tough fight, but let's see whether we can grab another convoy here and recruit a couple of people. We might stop by Frauenburg and see whether we can get any good stuff here. Last fight was really tough, but we did come out on top at the end of the day, so it was not too bad, I want to say, even though, yeah, honestly, it felt pretty horrible. Right, let's see what we can grab down here in this city. So, I think on the Quartermaster, we are going to get better gunner implements and potentially the cylindrical ramrods. I really like these guys. Yeah, I think we've got all of this, so we can get it and just exchange it for better stuff, basically. So, especially you guys here, I would like you to fire a little bit faster. That would be lovely. And you guys are doing that, so that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's nice. So now we are on all of our artillery. We are at least good gun implements, so that's nice. And the cylindrical stuff, I mean, you don't need anything better is the thing, because, well, the accuracy is always appreciated, though. 83 accuracy on you guys. Let's take a look, though, whether we need it on any of you guys. Okay, we're gonna give that to you. I think I want to keep this, because it's still something very good. This stuff we can actually all sell. Yeah, that gives us some money here. Double check on this. Yeah, that's okay. 6 and a 20. Of that stuff, I don't think we need that strongly. Some of that is going to be slightly useful, like for example that, but not that much, right? So powder house could get slightly better things here. 70% accuracy. What have you got? 70 at 51. 70. It's tempting, but not really required, right? I do like the T, because it does give us reload and accuracy. So I'm gonna buy tea. I used to be very much a coffee guy, but now I do believe we can go with tea and it's gonna be slightly better. It reduces our movement speed, but you're still fine on that, and your accuracy is increasing, so I love that. Reload and movement speed is potentially good on, well, all of you guys, honestly. But I guess especially on you. You've got the coffee, you've got the coffee. You've got the tea. How about we exchange that? And you guys don't have any of that at the moment, but you could of course do with that. +6 reload. And 8 accuracy. That would be too low. Say that, but what if we exchange this for that? This for that? And that's fine. Morale and stamina, you don't really need that, and you're getting much more accuracy out of that, right? So you're now getting +8, +10 accuracy instead of 6. Yeah, I like that. Good. That does mean some of you guys can potentially get better ramrods here. Yeah, I think they're just straight up better, right? Yeah, I like it. Good. That stuff is the same as you've got. This stuff is the same. I think you guys... Don't you have the reload? Reload and stamina. We're gonna give that to you. 7.4 seconds reloading on a horse. Which I think is a little bit hilarious, but that's okay. Good. We can keep this stuff for now. We might use it later. Are we gonna get more tea? And are we gonna get tobacco? I think tobacco we can definitively take. The accuracy +10, but honestly the tea just seems better to me. Even for our artillery, potentially the tea is gonna be better, right? "17 seconds, every 17 seconds a canister shot." I like it. Yeah, Change that for the tobacco. Sell the tobacco. Leaves it at 700. And then the quartermaster again. Really nothing to write home about that much. Maybe these things. I think we're using them on some of our guys. Yeah, not for now. Okay, that's enough, I think. Let's buy a little bit of ammo. All purchase prices, item sale costs. Yeah, that's understandable. Let's buy more ammo. I don't think I want to exchange that go for ammo in battles. Okay, convoy. Escort them to safety. 3 days, and we are earning a little bit money. Loot 2 civilian items, or abandon them. I think we're gonna eat the attrition. Get good ramrods. That's nice at least. Are we? You guys are using some. The accuracy bonus is nice. For the reload, let's exchange that on these guys. They've got excellent range, and I like the accuracy bonus here. We can exchange that. Which means that we can sell one of these things that can be sold for sure. We do have some money left here. So I'm thinking about buying another slot for someone. That's not really that great for you. The reload and stamina. I think reload would be fantastic on you guys. You've got pretty high reload already. So, okay, just give you a bit more morale and stamina. Didn't watch too closely what I was doing there. Right. I think we need to engage them still. And check whether we're gonna do better now. 13,000 men against our 15,000. We should be doing fine, but last time I said that too. And it was horrible. Okay, they've got good artillery. I can't quite tell what that artillery piece is, but they've got good stuff there. They've got a weird general, but he's unfortunately good. Horse grenadiers, cuirassiers, they're going to be tough to beat. Grenadiers, and veteran musketeers and musketeers. Lots of cavalry. So, okay, so I think we're going to go for a more compact line of battle this time around. We don't need to extend it that far, and all of that cavalry is slightly concerning because they can run into our faces, and they're strong. I mean, cuirassiers will be able to take some damage. Good thing is that charge isn't perfect, so we can potentially counter-charge and drive them off. And if they don't get stuck in too long, that might be good for us. Right, Battleground, I don't love that because it's just too broken in the center. And there's just gonna be too much funny business with them being in the cover. And or potentially charging through the cover. Love to get this this town. But again, with all of these fields next to it, I don't think that's really viable. We want to go slightly further to the back then? I think that might make some sense. Sort of be here, they would come through the town. All the way on the edge there. It's weird. It's gonna be much more of a slogfest, I think, with both sides having cover. Don't love it, don't love it. Yeah, but I think this is potentially the best way. We want to have a bit of open ground in front of us, right? So maybe actually the dead center here, so that they can't move through too much of cover. Right, guys, you. Okay, I need to park everyone else sort of off the side for a second here, just to get our guys going and understand the line. Right, okay, your width is approximately that. It's a bit too compact. We're going to be facing off there against the artillery. Maybe that was an issue last time around. Okay, so maybe on the right hand side we're going to have more space to deploy. Yeah, and apparently we need to move the Grenadiers back a little bit. That you guys can go into attack column. But as wide as an attack column as it can be. Right, then you're gonna be on this side. And then I think we learned our Grenadiers were taking too much casualties on the center. So I would like to move them instead a little bit to the right. Again, in an attack column would be okay. That means you guys actually move a little bit further to. By the way, does it matter how compact I draw you for your movement speed? Yes, it does. Okay. In that case, you can be super compact right now until you get a little bit closer to the front. That's interesting. I thought it was only depending on the stance itself, not on sort of how wide you draw them. But it does make sense. Right. Artillery, you can be mostly on this ridgeline, I think. Except, of course, for our usual guys, who are going to be the canister guys. They're going to move up in between these two things, so that they have a direct line of fire. That's good. And then you guys are sort of going to go in the front line. Such, you guys are going to be there, except for the cuirassiers. And I suppose one group of hussars we're going to keep in the back. Pause for a second. Get you guys to move up in the forest, I suppose. Grenadiers in the city. You guys in between. Like such. You guys on the hill. You guys all the way in the front. Go. And then the cavalry, you're gonna sort of slot in behind that. Not our king, please. Our king can sort of watch from the back. Right, that's good. Okay, run. 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 At least for a second, I want you to run. Let's wait until they're sort of at 55 or something. Go back to normal. Go back to normal. Go back to normal. Okay, that's fine. Good. The artillery? I think you guys actually, I would want you to be over here. That artillery too, I think. Where are you guys all moving? You guys over there. You guys over here. Okay, unlimber. You guys unlimber. Then for you. Go. Speaking of, I should go ahead and take the dragoons onto the porter shot. And all of these guys on proper charging. Except, of course, you guys. No, that's actually not what I intended to do. I actually asked you to dock to melee. Except for the dragoons. Right. Our artillery is starting to fire. That's lovely. Let's take a second here to get everyone in slightly better formations. Specifically, line formations. On all of you guys, right? Okay. Right. Draw a line. I suppose all the way from here. Fine. You guys can actually be... Okay, let's move you guys all the way to the left. You guys stay a little bit more in the center so that you can give support, morale support. You guys over here with your excellent range. You guys a little bit more like that. Okay, fine. You guys fine over here, unlimber. Jägers to the front, that's fine. Then all of these grenadiers. You can go there, you can go here, here. And you're gonna be the flanking force there. Right, that works. What is our artillery firing at? Their artillery? I generally like that idea. Although, maybe go onto this artillery so that you can shoot people who are behind that as well. You're not unlimbered? Why do you need to move up? I thought you'd be in range. Okay, let's shoot at these guys then. You do have the range to engage them. These guys are a bit more short range, but that's okay. Suppose I need to move you up a little bit. Fine. Oh, didn't realize I paused there. You guys need to run. Prussians, move behind these guys. Get you into cover too. You unlimbered. Which is okay. I think that's a good setup there. You guys are on these houses. That's cool. Suppose I need you in line formation. We're gonna keep you a little bit to the back then. Get you in line too. And have you be in a line too. And then you guys can actually already switch to buckshot. Have the Jägers draw their forces out a bit more. And maybe advance a little bit, harass them while they're closing in. I think specifically on you because you've got the better range. Right. Apparently we did take a couple of shots on them, but haven't dealt too much damage here yet. Our cavalry force needs to be a bit wide, I believe. Maybe not the hussars, they can be a bit more compact, but the dragoons, I really want you to fire into the flanks. Can we swoop in, do you think? I think we need to wait until they're really engaged there, but maybe not. Okay, let's go up and ooh, let's indeed go up. I love it when they do that. Go on. Yeah, shoot them. Shoot the artillery. I think this is one of my favorite things to do. With our light units, engage their artillery. That's sort of a very nice hit and run tactic. You're going fit and run? I don't want to be hit. I am being hit. Funny that they could do that. Okay, you stop running. The Fusiliers are coming in. Stop running. Did take some casualties there, nothing too bad for now. Okay, I think you guys can spread out to potentially engage them. No, you know what? Maybe we stand back a little bit so that we are able to engage them in a more concentrated way. You guys are dealing stuff here. You guys are actually facing off the wrong way. I would very much like that not to be the case. Okay, I guess the Cuirassiers need to come up over here to guard against their cavalry. Okay, we are starting to see some fire over here. And one of the things that the Austrians are really good at, sorry, the Russians in this case are really good at, apparently, is outranging us. Okay, concerned about the Cossacks there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my hussars over here quickly, and Frederick actually too. Keep an eye on things over here, because these horse grenadiers are looking scary, as are honestly their normal grenadiers. Funny enough, their Fusiliers are flanking around a little bit. I'm concerned that these guys are super flexible in what they could do to us. So you guys are going to be a bit more compact so that you can swivel around a little bit faster whenever that is needed. I think these Russian musketeers on that flank are going to die soon. You guys should be pouring in a lot of fire into them. These guys are going to die. How are you guys looking? Maybe shoot these guys? You guys are fine. You're doing your thing. Got the Grenadiers moving over here against these Cossacks. All in all, you should be winning that firefight. The situation over here is a little bit weird. Yeah, they're sending in a lot more cavalry too. Basically, all of their cavalry is now on this flank. I dislike that they've got 2 cavalry units there. Right, let's briefly check on here. So these Cossacks are going incredibly far away over there. You're going to break that. You are facing off against these guys. You're pouring fire into them. You potentially should be a little bit further. Run. You're firing there. That's fine. Russian Life Guard, you are a little bit weirdly positioned here. Get you a bit more like that. Running. While you still can hopefully fire on these guys. The Jaegers, switch fire to the observation Fusiliers. Because I think they're going to break sooner. You're going to continue to pour fire into there. You guys need to be even more compact. Because there is going to be a charge over here. I just can feel it. Start shooting the artillery. The cavalry rather. Freikorps Jaegers taking casualties because they are up in the front. So that's fine. Okay. Cavalry still over here. And they're sort of wheeling around. So I'm happy that we were a little bit more careful here. You guys hold fire for now. No, you can fire as soon as you're ready, because you need to be ready very soon. Come on, I want you to get one shot off before these cuirassiers are doing their thing. Bam! Melt them. Nice. Shattered. Even shattered them. Good. Can I ask you to kindly go back now? Right, you can wheel around a little bit. Stuff is happening over here. Ah, not good. Okay, their charge was definitely better than ours. But with 2 new units, we did manage to get them there. Right. Stuff on this flank, much better. Something happened with these horses, didn't even see it. Good enough for me. We don't need to hunt them down, but we do need to wheel around to take out their cavalry, I think. Right, okay, things are going okay over here. Guys, can I ask you to turn around? Speaking of turning around, these cuirassiers are gonna die. Be a bit faster, I guess. Cuirassiers against Cuirassiers. Yeah, but we are beating them. Okay, nice. Right, that does leave us with this group over there. And we need to consider that these guys can regather their forces and sort of rally much better than we've seen that so far. As you can see with these horse grenadiers. Prussian life, Prussian life. We're going to move them up. Halt, maybe? Start firing. Run. They're gonna die. Yep, they are. Fantastic. Try to kill the artillery. Try to kill the artillery. Try to make sure that these guys don't rally. Right, that does leave them. I think they won't have much of a chance here. Not sure why the Dragoons are thinking that they should go all the way away. Great. Don't you guys rally. That would not be nice. Okay. Shatter the artillery, good. Shatter these guys, fantastic. You guys can all withdraw, you don't need experience anyway. Fine. Okay. Fine, fine, fine. So let's focus on that single individual unit there. You guys almost reloaded. And we're going to be in a nice position here to put some fire into them. Run. They're shooting us too, but I don't think they're going to stand much of a chance here. Especially once these Dragoons come in, so let's accelerate time. I think this battle has gone much better than the last. But I needed to be a bit more careful. And there we are. Come on. How many men did we lose? 1,000 maybe? At least we don't need to take. Yeah, we lost about 1,000. Excellent riding boots, that's nice. Excellent heavy jackets, that's nice. Excellent canister round, that's cool. And gun pickets is also nice. So what are we gonna do? Don't need the people. Veterancy is always nice. Carlos is, I think, a bit more wasted. So we are gonna go with the exchange. By the way, who killed the most guys? Yeah, it seems pretty evenly spread out. These guys are doing so well with their very long range. Cavalry didn't kill that much, but fine. Okay, let's exchange. Again, I hope that the veterancy spreads only across the people who actually can use it. And not anyone who is already at kind of 9. Replenish army strength. Let's distribute ammo, which we'll definitely need to take next time. But let's look at the canister. I think that's just normal canister. Canister, yes. You guys can be using canister. You guys could potentially use that in the future. So I'm gonna keep it. That stuff I can keep. This stuff I can sell. You guys can get the excellent stuff here. Melee damage minus 20. Stamina. I think this is better for you. Usually I don't want it to be in melee, but I suppose we can keep that. We've got the riding boots. You guys have riding boots, right? Yeah, if you've got... Let's give them to you, because I think you need a bit more mobility. We can give that to you. That's going to be sold. That's going to be sold. That's all going to be sold. That all doesn't make sense for me right now. This we can keep. I could change that, but they are maxed out anyway. We probably need to rearrange that. I'm going to do that off screen just to eke out sort of the last bits there. Make your fire a little bit faster. Then this stuff we can probably sell. Right. So I think our next objective is to go up here. Get these 2 convoys. Before we do that, we might just quickly go into the city and see what we can buy. Yeah, good things. Quartermaster, yeah, good things. Powder house, nice things here too. Well, I don't actually know. Damage amount plus 100, that's nice. Quartermaster, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna buy a couple of things here. This is just gonna be sort of very marginal improvements, and I've got to double check what we've got all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and potentially get. I think the next objective is gonna be to just get more slots for our units, just so that they can really take advantage of stuff. Because yeah, we've got the excellent stuff mostly anyway. So yeah, we'll see. By the way, this is war profiteering and recently. So prices are extremely high here. I don't want to buy too much here. That's going to be true everywhere to some extent, but it's really, really bad over here. So yeah, we'll see. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.